Stop using church intimidation, control and manipulation. Jezebel and all them spirits fall back, not trying to hear it. Go with Jesus, walk in peace. On your pew can sit that beast that we're fighting in the world. I'm that JC Supergirl, Jesus Christ, belt of truth, arm of God, I'm slaying you. Power of the word, two-edged sword. MC Heaven rocks for her Lord. Thought they crept in unaware, didn't see the gatekeeper standing right there. Not getting down with your tactics, undoctrinal practice.
Shalawam, Barakatha, everyone. I greet you in the name of Ahayah, Bahashem, Yashaya, Rawach. Welcome again to the Crystal Jones Show. It's the show that's all about life's balance, and I am your talk show host, Crystal Jones. Let me give you my contact information. You can watch me weekly on Saturdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on BronxNet.tv. Channel 951 and 2137 on their Inspire channel. Also, you can watch me on the cable channels as well, 951 and 2137, whichever cable provider that you have. Also, check me out on my YouTube channel, okay? The Crystal Jones TV show. Please subscribe, like, and share my YouTube videos so that people can find out what the show is about and enjoy and bring other people to learn, the teachings, okay? Also, you can find me at Instagram at the Crystal Jones Show. I do a lot of, inspirational sayings. Also, you can write me at Gmail, the Crystal Jones Show at gmail.com. And I'm also on HebrewConnect.tv. You could check me out there as well. All right. Now we're going to go into the scripture of the day. Today's scripture is coming from 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter and the 9th verse, the King James Version. It says, "The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is longsuffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance." In other words, a lot of times we're wondering, well, Lord, all of these prophecies went out and we know they're coming, they're being fulfilled, but sometimes it seems like it's taking a while. But he's not slack concerning his promise, because remember, the Lord wants as many people to come to him as possible. That's the plan, is to bring salvation to the peoples of every nation. Okay, so this is why the scripture said the Lord, he's not slack. Seeing what we're going through, we still suffering, all of this, crazy stuff in the earth. But God sees that, and he's not slack concerning his promise. He's gathering Israel. He's awakening the spiritual giants so that we can awaken others, countries, nations, peoples. But he's wants people to come to repentance. He wants the people to see that they should turn back to him. All right. So now today's news, we are going to cover the COVID mandates. We just wanted to inform you that they do have a saliva test for those who are not vaccinated. That there is a saliva test that you could take, so you can ask your employer, could you take the saliva test? All right. So we just wanted to inform you of that is available to you as well. All right. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to go right to our missing youth. Okay. And the first person we have is Nicosie Martin. Okay. He's been missing since September the 2nd of this year, 2021. All right. He is from Syosset, New York. He's 15 years old. He's a male. He's a black male. His hair color is black. His eye color is brown. His height is 5'9" and 160 pounds. So if you know anything about his disappearance, please report it to missingkids.org and to the local police department so that he can be reunited with his family. We're hoping for them to be reunited. We're hoping that they will be found alive and be reunited with their families. Okay. Now, the second person that we have today, we have Kayla Small, right? I'm just pulling up her information here. I hope I got the right one, Lord. Okay, yes. Kayla Small. She's been missing since September 25th of 2021. Okay, she is from New York, which is the Manhattan area. She is 14 years old. She's a black female. Her hair color is black. Her eye color is brown. She's 5'2" and 114 pounds. If you know anything about her disappearance, please report this to missingkids.org and to your local police so that hopefully she's found alive and well and she can be reunited with her parents. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go right to our spotlight today. With all that's going on, the chaos and everything like that, we need to get away sometime and just relax and rest. So we're going to be looking at 10 paradise islands that you don't need your passport for, that you can go and travel and, just rest and relax and, enjoy the sun and the people and different things like that. Okay. So let's take a look at that video.
We get down to the beat, y'all. We get down to the beat, y'all.
Hello and welcome back. In this original Black Excellist presentation, we will highlight 10 exotic vacations you can take without a passport.
Welcome to blackexcellist.com, the site where we share Black excellence, opulence, and affluence. Our mission is to inspire you as we enlighten you.
You've decided you want a vacation, but there's a problem. Either you or your significant other doesn't have a passport. Maybe you've never had the time, money, or desire to travel abroad previously, or perhaps your old passport has expired. Whatever the reason, you still have choices, and this video should give you an awesome start as you plan your next tropical getaway. We have found 11 extraordinary destinations and even added a bonus entry to the end that you certainly don't want to miss. But our research has led us to an exclusive list of beautiful hotspots, some in the Caribbean, others surprisingly here in the United States, and we even discovered a few in the far reaches of the Pacific Ocean. These are all totally bucket list worthy, and we are excited to unveil these 11 incredible escapes that offer paradise without a passport. But before we go too far, we want to pause and remind you that we are in post-pandemic travel environment. So please do your due diligence and check on vaccination requirements as you're making plans for your big family trip, girls getaway, or vacation with your boo. So go ahead and start planning today so that when travel is in full swing again, you're ready to take off. And the best part is all you need is a driver's license and a birth certificate. In this original Black Excellist presentation, we want to detail 11 exotic getaways you can take without a passport. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. U.S. Virgin Islands, St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas. A territory of the United States, the U.S. Virgin Islands is an exotic group of islands located in the Caribbean Sea. The Virgin Islands is comprised of 3 principal islands, St. Croix, St. John, and St. Thomas, plus 50 smaller islands. Located 1,100 miles from Miami, the U.S. Virgin Islands are just a short flight from Florida. The dreamy land and seascapes have earned it the nickname America's Paradise, since it is famous for its beautiful white sand beaches and turquoise waters. It is consistently ranked among the top 10 vacation destinations in the world. And the weather is almost always beach perfect, with temperatures in the 70s and 80s throughout the year. You can spend your day relaxing, but if you want to kick it up a notch, there is an abundance of exhilarating water activities, from world-class diving, deep-sea fishing, sailing, snorkeling, kayaking, and paddleboarding to windsurfing and jet skiing. Or you can enjoy land activities with awe-inspiring vistas like horseback riding, hiking, biking, and entrancing eco-tours. But we want to point out that each island offers something different. Called Rock City for its hilly, craggy horizon, St. Thomas is known for luxury, from the mega yachts to the high-end storefronts. Located a short ferry ride east, St. John appeals to honeymooners and nature lovers. Way down south in the Caribbean Sea, St. Croix allows visitors to explore the island's colonial heritage and the history of slavery at several different forts and plantations. With a tapestry of West Indian, African, European, and American influences, you'll be sure to experience the diversity, taste it in the local fare and cuisine, see it in the architecture and art, and hear it in the captivating sounds of the music. Number 2. Vieques Island. There is a hidden gem tucked just 7 miles east of Puerto Rico, the Vieques Island. Vieques Island is an exotic place with an intriguing history and countless beaches. The island offers an ideal vacation spot with a range of historic sites. It's considered a haven for those seeking an authentic Caribbean experience, but one that is relatively quiet, lush, uncrowded, and gorgeous. Of course, there are charming towns and resorts, but the roaming wild horses, undeveloped beach coves, and lack of traffic lights help to create the illusion that the island is still wild and untouched. You can only reach these islands by boat, ferry, water taxis, or small planes from Puerto Rico. But once you get there, Vieques offers it all and then some. The beaches on Vieques are some of the best in the Caribbean, and you get to enjoy the warm, crystal clear waters that sit at the edge of these idyllic beaches year-round in this exotic part of the world. And if you don't do anything else, you must experience the magical glow of Mosquito Bay, the brightest bioluminescent bay in the world, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. The most popular thing and such an amazing experience is to kayak in Mosquito Bay after dark underneath the starry night sky as your paddles light the waters. For those that love adventure under the sun, you can enjoy underwater adventures, snorkeling and scuba diving the clear waters. Other adventures include jet skiing, visiting the small quaint museums, exploring the island by hiking, bicycling, horseback riding. Eco-travelers can also enjoy birdwatching and nature trails. You can also sail into the sunset, go fishing, and finish the day enjoying a delicious dinner. As an added treat, you should head over to its sister island, Culebra, for a day. It also offers a laid-back vibe, best of ways, and is world-renowned for having one of the best beaches on earth in Flamenco Beach. Number 3. Key West, Florida. Located closer to Cuba than to Miami, Key West is Florida's irreverent southernmost subtropical paradise, a unique confluence of history, climate, natural beauty, cultural diversity, architecture, and unabashed romantic appeal. Key West is renowned as one of the very best places, if not the best, to experience the Caribbean without technically leaving the States. It offers a similar tropical climate with frequent brilliant blue skies, swaying palms, picturesque beaches, and a laid-back island vibe. Whether you're looking to let loose and get wild, or you want to enjoy peace and relaxation, there are Key West attractions for everyone. Some of the most popular Key West tourist activities on the water include dolphin encounters, kayaking the backcountry, fishing, diving, and snorkeling at Fort Jefferson and the Dry Tortugas. But the fun doesn't stop there. There are also water sports, golfing, or renting a boat at a Key West marina to explore on your own. On land, shopping, museums, art galleries, tours, theaters, and more await you. Or you can simply relax in the sand at one of the Key West beaches, by the pool at your Key West hotel, or on Duval Street with a cocktail in hand. Fabulous entertainment can be had simply by heading to Mallory Square to enjoy the sunset celebration. Partiers enjoy the year-round hopping nightlife, marked by sidewalk cafes, open-air bars, legendary pubs, and world-class restaurants. The streets come alive each evening with a host of jugglers, animal acts, and tightrope walkers entertaining the crowd. There are also flourishing stage shows of drama, musicals, and comedy as well. African cultural heritage is celebrated through the indigenous food, church services, and annual festivals held in the Bahama Village neighborhood, founded in the early 1800s by Africans migrating from the Bahamas. The neighborhood was frequented by Ernest Hemingway during the 1930s to watch boxing matches. Other significant cultural sites include an 1860 African burial ground, believed by experts to be America's only African refugee cemetery. Number 4. South Padre Island, Texas. You might not think of Texas as the place for a tropical vacation, but South Padre Island is Texas's best family beach and coastal resort with beautiful beaches, tall sand dunes, and warm, clear, clean Gulf waters. Located just 2 miles off the southern tip of Texas, it is home to the world's longest barrier island, resting offshore and stretching 115 miles down the coast and ending just shy of the Rio Grande. South Padre Island is a warm, inviting, and an exciting destination where it's sunny most of the year. Much of Padre is relatively unexplored, but unassuming bed and breakfasts can be found in quiet little pockets along the island. Alternatively, if you want something a little more indulgent, there's Pearl South Padre, a beachfront resort where every room has a private ocean-facing balcony, and you can make good use of the pool's swim-up bar. With incredible saltwater fishing, Gulf shrimp, fresh fish, and seafood are served at most of the island's restaurants. A wide selection of hotels and condos are available, from cheap to luxurious. Once on the island, you can walk or catch the free shuttle, which will transport you along the island or into the neighboring town of Port Isabel, where you may want to spend an afternoon strolling Lighthouse Square, home of the historical Port Isabel Lighthouse. At Lighthouse Square, you'll find museums, art galleries, restaurants, coffee shops, ice cream parlors, and the South Padre Island Dolphin Research and Sea Life Center. South Padre Island also offers visitors a chance to try fun activities such as surfing lessons, snorkeling, scuba diving, parasailing, dolphin watching, jet skiing, deep-sea fishing or bay fishing charters, windsurfing, skydiving, and sandcastle building lessons for the kids. But at some point during your vacation, you'll simply choose to relax on the powdery beaches while enjoying either a cold beverage or a cocktail, and a bit of fresh Texas Gulf seafood. Number 5. San Juan, Puerto Rico. The island of Puerto Rico is an unincorporated territory of the United States, but has long been a favorite of American travelers. Puerto Rico is marked by rich history and culture, exceptional food, pristine beaches, majestic mountains, relaxation, and adventure, all packed into one sun-kissed Caribbean paradise. Around every corner, you'll find a celebration of life, a vibrant cultural experience, food for the soul, and a captivating rhythm. Vacationers will have many interesting places to visit and fun things to do, from hiking a tropical forest, kayaking in bioluminescent bays, visiting UNESCO historic sites, or booking thrilling excursions. Whether you're traveling with children, dreaming of a romantic tropical escape, desiring a vibrant city weekend trip, or a pampering luxurious vacation, Puerto Rico will not disappoint. Here you'll feel like you are family instead of just a visitor, since Puerto Ricans are known to be the happiest people in the world. They have a very festive outlook on life that is inspiring to visitors and evident in their hospitality. The most popular vacation destination in Puerto Rico is the capital city of San Juan, complete with beaches, historic sites, museums, excellent dining options, plenty of fun activities on the water, and a vibrant nightlife. On the west side of the island, you can experience authentic tourist-friendly towns where the pace is slower, with an abundance of quiet beaches, charming towns, and plenty of interesting sites and places to visit. Just 5 minutes from the airport, the district of Isla Verde is a popular vacation spot for its beaches, beachfront resorts, casinos, and nightlife, and a convenient location to the attractions in San Juan. Puerto Rico is also home to Flamenco Beach, one of the best beaches in the world. In summary, Puerto Rico is a beach lover's destination and a Caribbean destination where the best way to enjoy it may be to just rent a Jeep and go beach hopping till sunset. Number 6. Hawaii. Kauai, Maui, Ojai, Lanai. Hawaii is like no place on Earth. Consisting of 9 main islands, it is a South Pacific wonderland that has been calling to travelers for years and will for years to come. Although each island has similarities, each one has its own unique appeal, beauty, and history. Whether you choose to stay on the Big Island of Hawaii, Oahu, Lanai, Maui, Kauai, and Molokai, you'll find incredible beaches, delicious eats, and their own unique flavor. The Big Island of Hawaii is home to new land being birthed by volcanoes and a number of jet black sand beaches. If you're looking for waterfalls and tranquility, Kauai is our recommendation. While Oahu offers the chance to get swept up by the capital's kinetic energy, Maui tends to offer a little something for everyone. In rural Molokai, native Hawaiian traditions run long, and on Lanai, you can escape to the ultimate in resort luxury. Travelers can discover the glimmering ocean, emerald valleys, and golden sands, or they can enjoy the vibrant nightlife, pristine beaches, and plenty of outdoor activities. Children love spending time in the sparkling ocean waters and joining the endless number of entertaining and often educational tours of the island. As a cultural crossroads, Hawaii's history is unlike any other on Earth. Walk in the footsteps of royalty at ancient temples, experience the art of hula, and more. With a bounty of fresh fruits and vegetables, lush upland cattle farms, and Pacific waters teeming with sashimi-grade fish, Hawaiian cuisine is a colorful tapestry of tastes and traditions. You can get a closer look at Hawaii's delicate ecosystem and help keep the island sustainable for generations to come. Or take a taro or coffee farm tour, peruse the sunshine markets of Kauai, or explore the many botanical gardens throughout the Hawaii Islands. Whatever you choose, it will not take much to get lost in the spiritual beauty of the hula and find out how the warmth of Hawaiians wonderfully complement the island's perfect temperatures. Number 7. American Samoa. American Samoa is an unincorporated territory of the U.S., offering the chance to experience some of the world's most pristine beaches, unspoiled reefs, and fantastic marine life. A collection of 5 lush mountainous volcanic islands drop between Fiji and the Cook Islands, American Samoa offers a wealth of unique experiences and the kind of genuine hospitality that's become nearly impossible to find. Not to mention, 90% of its incredible volcanic peaks, thick rainforests, and pristine coral reefs remain virgin landscape. That said, the American Samoa has a distinct look and feels unlike any other U.S. destination. Defined by Polynesian culture and heritage, the native Samoan culture is still undeniably authentic here. The island doesn't see a lot of tourists, and most of the visitors are those making day trips from cruise ships. A truly off-the-beaten-path destination, there are no 5-star hotels here or fancy-name retail outlets or even mass tourism, but what you will discover is a holiday destination with affordable accommodation and services, a great selection of retail stores, an ecotourism paradise, and the friendliest people in the South Pacific. Most travelers to American Samoa will begin their journey at the capital city of Tutuila, home to its international airport and the majority of the population. The best thing to do on this island is to do nothing. But if you just can't resist, you can choose between lounging on a beach, yoga on a mountaintop, hiking the national park, snorkeling the surrounding lagoons, visiting historical World War II sites, diving in our marine sanctuary, or simply shopping and dining on local fare. Or you can find coral-filled waters, craggy coastlines sculpted of lava, and untouched beaches whose only other sunbathers are the seabirds. Whatever your pleasure, this little U.S. territory is eminently worth a visit for its traditional culture, natural beauty, and incredible hiking. Number 8. Santa Catalina Island, California. Catalina Island is a picture-perfect island paradise and a world apart from the hustle and bustle of the mainland, just 22 miles off the coast of Southern California. Swaying palms, white sandy beaches, epic dive sites. You'll find all this and more in Santa Catalina. Whether you're coming for the day, weekend, or longer, Catalina Island is a great place for relaxation and play, with abounding opportunities for adventure. Getting here is an adventure all its own, with a 30-minute ferry or quick helicopter ride across beautiful Southern California waters. For the adventurer, you can get your heart pumping with a visit to the Zipline Eco Tour or engage in water activities on the island that includes jet ski rentals, scuba diving, parasailing, kayaking, paddleboarding, and more. Or you may want to book an amazing excursion through the awe-inspiring interior of the island in an open-air Hummer or Jeep. For a relaxed, slower pace, Check out Avalon's popular and eclectic shopping. Enjoy an island glass bottom boat tour. Make an appointment at a relaxing spa, or simply relax on one of the beaches, soaking in the spectacular views. Some of the other Catalina Island things to do include golf, hiking, biking, art, and museums. For families visiting Catalina Island, there are many family-specific adventures and kid-friendly itineraries that the island offers. All in all, Catalina Island is an amazing ecosystem of natural wonders just waiting to be explored. Camping at one of the island's numerous campgrounds is a must-do for nature lovers and a great way to experience Catalina. Whether you're trying your hand at stand-up paddleboarding, zip-lining through the canyons, or hiking the Trans-Catalina Trail, Catalina Island offers a variety of adventures for everyone. Number 9. Northern Mariana Islands. Located not too far from Hawaii in the reaches of the Pacific Ocean in the U.S. territory of the Northern Mariana Islands, sunbathers, underwater explorers, and history buffs will feel like they hit the jackpot in Saipan, the largest, most populous, and most developed island of the Marianas. Golden beaches and spectacular scuba diving are the primary draws of this U.S. territory, but they are complemented by excellent restaurants, hotels, night spots, shopping, monuments, and golf courses. Saipan is brimming with historical sites. Evidence of ancient civilizations and villages can be seen in archaeological remains in multiple locations. World War II history memorials are everywhere, including at Micro Beach, where there are numerous bunkers that the Japanese used to defend themselves against the U.S. invasion. Visitors can take their pick of dozens of places to swim, sun, and snorkel on Saipan. Bring a family picnic to Abian Beach or Pow Pow Beach. Walk on soft sandbar islands at Micro Beach or collect shells at Wing Beach. Dive and see turtles at Lau Lau Bay, or do like the locals and take a long walk down the picturesque 3-mile beach road pathway. One of the nicest beaches is on the tiny island of Managaha, just a 10-minute boat ride from the main island, where you can snorkel, dive, and enjoy this award-winning escape. Many choose to tour the famous grotto, an underwater limestone cavern plummeting 70 feet at its deepest point. The grotto is home to a city of sea life, including turtles, coral, and reef sharks. Landlubbers can find satisfaction in Garapan, the main tourist district on the island. This is where you will find the widest variety of restaurants, bars, shops, and street stalls. At the Garapan Street Market, you'll discover a display of Saipan's unique food and craft tradition, or the World War II battlefields depicting a visual history of the Battle of Saipan. If you're into golf, hit the links at one of several golf courses, 2 of which were designed by Greg Norman. These are world-class golf courses with fabulous tropical views and cliffside holes overlooking the ocean. The beautiful beaches and historically meaningful sites help Saipan rank as one of the top vacation spots on the globe and will make the long trip well worth the visit. Number 10. Amelia Island, Florida. Located just off the coast of Northeast Florida, Amelia Island is easy to reach, but hard to forget vacation destination. With miles of beautiful beaches, abundant native wildlife, and pristine waters, this barrier island has long been a beloved destination, but best kept secret for visitors and residents alike. Amelia Island, with its quaint charm, also boasts of upscale resorts and world-class spas combined with a charming collection of bed and breakfast, historic sites, and captivating festivals for an experience that's uniquely Floridian. The island's culture also benefits from an enchanting blend of French, Spanish, English, and Mexican influences. If the tranquility of an uncrowded beach intrigues you, or the allure of wide open outdoor spaces fascinates you, then Amelia Island has everything you're looking for as you plan your much-needed escape. Fernandina Beach is one of the reasons why Amelia Island consistently ranks among the top 10 U.S. islands. It is a colorful downtown district with boutique shops, ice cream parlors, and scrumptious restaurants. Not to mention, it hosts 13 miles of pristine beaches, abundant wildlife, and clear, calm waters. History lovers won't want to miss hopping aboard a horse-drawn carriage to discover historic attractions and various points of interest. It is truly amazing when you look at Amelia Island's portfolio of annual festivals. They have the Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance, Amelia Island Jazz Festival, Amelia Island Film Festival, the Southern Lardo Festival, the Isle of Eight Flags Shrimp Festival, and the Amelia Island Chamber Music Festival. Nature lovers will want to go on a kayaking and canoeing adventure, or they may opt to explore the island's enchanted rivers on a sunset boat cruise, book a fishing charter, or explore the island on its numerous nature trails, marshes, and greenways. Or you can saddle up on a horse or cycle the many trails with so much abundant natural wildlife to see. Number 11. Guam. If American Samoa isn't far enough away for you, there's always Guam, a 4-hour flight east of the Philippines. The remote U.S. territory in the Pacific Ocean was strategically used in World War II, but is now mainly a holiday destination thanks to beautiful beaches, clear waters ideal for snorkeling, and a bevy of shipwreck dive sites just off the coast. The local culture is a melting pot of the indigenous islander people, Guam's Asian neighbors, its former Spanish and Japanese occupation, and now its American influence, makes for unique fusion culture and cuisine. Much like the Northern Marianas, Guam to the south was colonized by the Spanish, changed hands during World War II, and is now a tourist destination for Japanese and U.S. nationals. In fact, its second largest source of income is the U.S. military, whose bases make up about 1/3 of Guam's total land area. If you stay at one of the sprawling resorts, they are sure to spoil you with indoor and outdoor pools, spas, fitness centers, restaurants, nightclubs, and much more. If not, there are still a ton of things to see and do. Stay in the Tumen Bay District, which features an array of resorts, restaurants, attractions, and entertainment. On Guam, your money goes a little further. No sales tax is charged. Shoppers will find luxury brands and boutiques alongside unique local handicrafts. There's no better way to get to know the community than to stop by the Chamorro Village Night Market, where visitors can sample local fare, shop, and enjoy live entertainment. The Hafa Adai spirit, the spirit of cooperation and pride in island history, can be felt everywhere here. Relax on some of the island's top beaches, including Yapao Beach Park, Retidian Point, Tumen Beach, and Gun Beach. The tropical weather, abundance of marine life, and blinding white sand make this the perfect destination for both water recreation and total relaxation. Offshore, a rare opportunity awaits divers who can explore 2 warships from 2 different wars lying next to each other on the ocean floor. Or head to Two Lovers Point, a cliffside lookout, and you can soak up jaw-dropping panoramas from 400 feet above the sea. Given how far away it is, a long-haul flight to Guam doesn't come cheap, but you will certainly be in for a treat if you venture out to what is known as the Jewel of the Mariana Islands. Bonus: closed-loop cruises. Bahamas, Belize, Cabo San Lucas, Jamaica, Mexican Riviera, Grand Cayman. First things first, what is a closed-loop cruise? Well, a closed-loop cruise is one that leaves and returns to the same American port, but it must visit at least one other destination. Think of it as a round-trip cruise with one or more layovers in different American states, like Alaska or Hawaii, or islands like the Bahamas or Bermudas, or other countries like Mexico or Canada. But the cruise ships can't just make random stops in random countries. There are predetermined itineraries and port of calls or stops, but the diversity of destinations is quite impressive. To boil it all down, the concept of a closed-loop cruise is that it allows Americans to sail and visit various destinations without a passport. All you need is proof of citizenship like a birth certificate and a government-issued ID, which is what makes cruises so popular. Most itineraries will include one or more different stops in these different destinations and allow passengers to deboard the ship for a day trip in said destination. In addition to exotic places already mentioned, we will add a few more destinations to this already impressive list. Bahamas, home to beaches, water sports, casinos, and the famed Atlantis Resort. The Bahamas is great for travelers wishing to cruise on what are most often short, affordable sailings out of Florida. You're likely to spend a day in colorful Nassau, the capital city, with plenty of time to hit the powder sand beaches, snorkel over dazzling reefs, or shop for crafts in the straw market. Belize. Belize is a tropical paradise with plenty of adventure, relaxation, and natural beauty that you can discover all on your own. You can get a taste of this Central American country and partake in numerous activities like snorkeling reefs, discovering caves, or taking a bike expedition through the Belizean jungle. And while Belize isn't known for its beaches, you can explore the Belize Barrier Reef, which hosts diverse exotic marine life, or opt for an exciting tour of the ancient Mayan ruins. Jamaica. Montego Bay is the most popular tourist destination in Jamaica, and it's a major cruise ship port. Hit the hip strip, formerly known as Gloucester Avenue, for shops, art galleries, and colorful cafes. Doctors Cave Beach is the most popular choice thanks to its turquoise water, perfect for snorkeling. Mexican Riviera, home to everything from volcanoes, jungles, and deserts and beaches. Mexico delivers outdoor and urban adventures of all kinds, and a cruise gives you the opportunity to visit the best ports in the Mexican Riviera and get a taste of the warm sun, diverse culture, and festive flavors. Each itinerary offers something unique and different. From a private beach getaway in Puerto Vallarta or party in Cancun after the ship drops anchor at cruise port Cozumel. But our recommendation is Cabo San Lucas, down on the southern tip of the Baja California Peninsula in Mexico. This beautiful beach resort destination is known as a favorite among celebrities for its proximity to Hollywood. Check out Carnival Cruises, Royal Caribbean, or any other reputable cruise line to confirm that one of these destinations is available for your exotic getaway. And one last thing before we close, and this goes for the cruises and the rest of the vacation spots on this list. Do your due diligence. Learn about the current health protocols and travel requirements, and be sure to check the CDC's travel advisories. Have fun and be safe, y'all!
Okay, so these are different places you can go without a passport, but like she said, make sure that you call ahead and find out what are all the mandates, the health requirements, and all of that. All right, so just wanted to share that with you. All right, so we're going to move on to health and wellness. Track your fitness. You know, on your phone, you could put reminders on there. You know what type of exercises you do. Remind yourself to go jogging in the morning or in the afternoon, however it is that you do, lunchtime, whatever, okay, or your walking routine, all right? Business tips, reach out with offers. Make sure you're making different offers to people that, you know, certain things that will probably, you know, benefit them, little prizes or whatever, you know, for people supporting you and stuff like that. Coming to your business and, you know, doing business with you. So reach out to them with offers. All right. Okay. So now the next thing, we're going to go to the word of the Lord, and we're going to say, Shema Yasharala, Ahayah Eloheinu, Ahayah Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God. The Lord, He is one. All right. So now we're going to go to, today we're going to be covering the Feast of Purim, okay, in the book of Esther. Now we know that Esther was a Hebrew queen, and we're going to find out all about how she came to be this queen and who she was married to and all of this. So this is going to take a couple of weeks to cover. We're going to be covering the book of Esther, chapters 1 through 9, okay? And remember, again, our people were in a captivity. Remember, I told you we were in like about 12 different captivities. This one here in America was the last one. Once we leave here, that's it. You know, we go into a certain place as we await the Messiah's return. And when he returns, he will bring us back into Jerusalem. All right. So now we're going to Esther, the first chapter. And it says, now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus. This is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 127 provinces. Okay, so he was a king. He reigned over the areas from India to Ethiopia, and he had 127 different provinces that he was over, like little small countries and stuff like that. All right, so he was a very well-known king and all of that. All right, so he was a Persian king. That in those days, when the king Ahasuerus sat on the throne of his kingdom, which was in Shushan, the palace, in the 3rd year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes and his servants, the power of Persia and Media, the nobles and princes of the provinces being before him. So it seems like he was pretty much a generous king, because he made a feast to his people, the ones who worked for him, his princes, his servants. He wasn't a snotty king. He appreciated the work that the people did in his kingdom, right? So he made a feast unto them. All right. So when he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom and the honor of his excellent majesty many days, even 180 days. So for like about 180 days, this man had this big party for, this big celebration for his servants and stuff. But in the time that he was that he honored them, he also showed them his riches, his kingdom. He wanted, he wanted to share with them how he was blessed, how, he came to be who he was, right? So when these days were expired, the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in the Shushan palace. So this guy likes to really, he likes to really, how could I say, he appreciates his people, right? So he made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan the palace, both unto great and small. So he, like I say, he wasn't snobby. He wasn't looking down like, who are you? You be taking out the trash. No, none of that, right? Why do we do that even today? A job is a job, right? Okay. So 7 days in the court of the garden of the king's palace. So it was even held in the court of the palace, where were white, green, and blue hangings fastened with cords of fine linen and purple, to silver rings and pillars of marble. The beds were of gold and silver upon a pavement of red and blue and white and black marble. Can you imagine? It must have been really just beautiful seeing all of those colors with the curtains and the pillars and all of that, in his garden. And so, his courtyard. And they gave them drink in vessels of gold. Check it out. They were drinking out of gold vessels. They was, hey, all right. The vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance according to the state of the king. Now, these were Persian people, all right? Our people are Hebrew. So I'm going to show you how Esther became the queen, and she was married to a Persian man. Now, that normally didn't happen, because in Hebrew, you marry Hebrew. Different cultures, you marry that culture. So you're going to find out how this came about, right? So they gave them drink of vessels of gold, the vessels being diverse one from another, and royal wine in abundance. That must have tasted good, according to the state of the king. And the drinking was according to the law. None did compel, for so the king had appointed to all the officers of his house that they should do according to every man's pleasure. Like you can enjoy, but don't be getting crazy up in here, right? All right. So also Vashti, who at that time was the queen, all right, before Esther, Vashti. Also Vashti, the queen, made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to King Ahasuerus. So his queen even made a feast to her women, because if you're a queen, you have women that serve you. They help get you ready. They help do your hair and dress you and all of that kind of stuff, and they attend unto you all day long, right? So she made a feast for the women in the royal house, which belonged to the king, right? On the 7th day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, so he had a little bit of wine, kind of feeling himself a little bit, right? He commanded Mehuman, Biztha, Harbona, Bigtha, Abagtha, Zitha, and Carcass, the 7 chamberlains that served in the presence of Ahasuerus the king. Okay, so these are Persian people, so these names are Persian. All right, to bring Vashti the queen before the king with the crown royal. So he asked them, bring my queen here with and put her and tell her to put her crown on her head. I want to show her off to the people because she looked good, right? So he wanted to show the people and the princess her beauty, for she was fair to look on. She was a beautiful woman. All right. But, but the queen Vashti, she refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. So I'm just wondering, because I'm going to read I got to go back to the apocryphal book on this too to see what was her problem. Like, if you got a man that love you and he wants to show you to the people to show that, you look beautiful, you look good. Why you want to disrespect the man like this, right? So she refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore, he was very wroth and his anger burned at him. He was angry, like, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women are like, well, their man don't really want to be with them, and their man don't really act like, there are women that have men that don't even appreciate them. But here, this man, he appreciated her and everything, and she's like, she ain't coming, right? So he said to the wise men which knew the times. He even went and consulted with his, the people that he would consult with, For so was the king's manner toward all that knew the law and judgment. And the next unto him was Karshina, Shethar, Admatha, Tarshish, Meres, Marsana, and Memucan, the 7 princes of Persia and Media, which saw the king's face and which sat the first in the kingdom. So these were his homeboys, right? What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to the law? Because she had not performed the commandment of the king Ahasuerus by the chamberlains. And Memucan answered before the king and the princes, Vashti the queen hath not done wrong to the king only. She not only did you, but also to all the princes and to all the people that are in the provinces of the king Ahasuerus, because they wanted to see her. They wanted, they wanted to rejoice with this man over. He has a beautiful wife and all of that. Wow. Right? For this deed of the queen shall come abroad unto all women, so that they shall despise their husband in their eyes. So this is going to be a problem all over. Other women going to be like, yeah, well, when my man called me, I ain't coming. That's true. A lot of times things like that spread, and then you have other women pumping up other women, as you see today sometime, where women pump each other up, and men too, and then next thing you know, everybody's breaking up and carrying on because of one little silly incident, right? So, Memucan was saying that this, all of this is going to come abroad, So he said they're going to despise their husbands in their eyes when it shall be reported. The king Ahasuerus commanded Vashti the queen to be brought in before him, but she came not. Likewise shall the ladies of Persia and Media say this day unto the king's princes, which have heard of the deed of the queen. Thus shall there arise too much contempt and wrath. It's going to cause confusion. When somebody goes out of order, it causes confusion for the whole group, right? Sometimes everybody's getting along and all of that, and then here come one person got an attitude. Now everybody fight, right? If it please the king, let there go a royal commandment from him, and let it be written among the laws of the Persians and the Medes, that it be not altered, that Vashti come no more before King Ahasuerus, and let the king give her royal estate unto another that is better than she. They told him, get rid of her and get somebody better. Okay, so she'd have done better just going, what was her problem? I don't get it, right? And when the king's decree which he shall make shall be published throughout all his empire, for it is great, all the wives shall give to their husbands honor, both to great and small. So if we put her out and say that, it's time for you to get another wife, okay, then these other women are gonna behave. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I ain't gonna show off on my husband like that. It's not necessary anyway. What are you doing that for, right? So, and the saying pleased the king and the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan. For he sent letters into all the king's provinces, into every province according to the writing thereof, right? And to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house. Now, you do know in the Bible, Christ is, God is the head of Christ. Then comes Christ, who's the head of the church. And you have, the priest and all of that. But the man is the head of his household. We were pulled from their rib. We're not beneath them. We're equal to them. We're not beneath them. But they're the head of that household. And we are, we assist them. We assist our men. We don't try to be like, I'm the man, I'm a she boss, what I'm saying, I got this. No. That's something that our people have to come back to. The man is the head of the household. The woman runs the house, though. She runs that house, okay? And she teaches the children. She teaches them manners. She teaches them history and all of that. And so does the father. But remember, back then, the man was the breadwinner. He brought in everything, basically, So, and even in the Garden of Eden, when God said it's not good for man to be alone, I will make woman to be his helpmeet. So we're to help him meet what God has for that household. Whatever your ministry is, whatever your business, the businesses that your husband may have or run and stuff like that, you're to help him meet those, whatever it is that needs to be met spiritually, and naturally, so all of this, I'm the she boss and all that kind of stuff. No, if you're single, it's a different type of thing. If you're by yourself and you have to be the head of your household, that's a different thing. But when a man comes along, he's the head of the household. So you're supposed to give him respect, but he's supposed to respect you too. Now, I ain't saying that they supposed to just, come in and boss us around and all that. No. But and the Bible says that husbands love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. So these men are supposed to be willing to die for us. If any danger comes or anything, you see that man going and protecting his house. He's protecting his woman, his wife. He's protecting his children, right? He's willing to die for this. So you to respect that man. So he just asked a simple thing. Oh my gosh, this is silly, right? So the same pleased the king, the princes, and the king did according to the word of Memucan. For he sent letters to the provinces and to every province according to the writing thereof, to every people after their language, that every man should bear rule in his own house, and that it should be published according to the language of every people. So there were different languages at that time. There were a lot of mixed cultures, right? So now we go into chapter 2. After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done and what was decreed against her. Then said the king's servants that ministered unto him. So, like after the letters went out, there was some time that went by and he thought about what she did and what was decreed against her. So the king's servants that ministered to him, let there be fair young virgins sought for the king. And let the king appoint officers in all the provinces of his kingdom, that they may gather together all the fair young virgins unto Shushan the palace, to the house of the women, unto the custody of hedge, that the king's chamberlain keeper of the women, and let their things for purification be given them. So now, remember, they did things a different way. You didn't just, some random man come talking to you. Back in that time, they had that thing set up. Marriage was a business, and I see why. Look at all the foolery that's going on with you just randomly meeting people. Okay. So, the fathers came together and, they talked about who was going to marry who and all of that, right? So the same thing with the king. He had people that, handle his affairs as far as finding him a wife, right? So it says, now in Shushan the palace, there was a certain Jew, all right, who was named Mordecai, all right, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite. So he was a tribe of Benjamin, right? Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity. Again, our people were in captivity, which had been carried away with Jeconiah, king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away. So we were carried away again into another Babylonian type kingdom, right? And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther. Hadassah means Esther, his uncle's daughter, right? So he was raising, in other words, his cousin as his own daughter, because her father and mother had died, right? For she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful. So Esther, so you could tell our black people were always beautiful. Esther was beautiful. She was a black queen, right? So he brought Hadassah, Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither mother nor father. She was fair to look on, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter. So he's a good man. He took his cousin in as his own daughter. So it came to pass, when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan the palace to the custody of Haggai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house. So you see, Mordecai, who was Esther's cousin, who brought her up, because her parents were dead, he's thinking this as a business thing. So he's hearing that the king is looking for a new wife. So he said, I'm going to send my cousin. She fine. I'm going to send her up in there, and we're going to be up in that kingdom. Right? So like I said, normally this wasn't done, but we were again in a captivity, as we are today. We see some of our people, they are, they marry, European people, some of them and stuff like that. But years ago, that wasn't so, right? But, we're in a Babylon here. So people are marrying some of everybody, right? So now the decree was heard that the maidens were brought. So Esther was brought also into the king's palace to the custody of Haggai, keeper of the women. And the maiden pleased him. So Ahasuerus liked her. All right. The king, he liked her. So I'm going to have to get back to that again next week. So see, y'all got to tune in to hear. This is a good, juicy story. Oh, it's juicy. All right. So share this with everybody so that they know, to come in and listen to this. Okay. So join me next week again with the Crystal Jones Show. All right. Watch my show on Saturdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on BronxNet TV channel. BronxNet.TV channel 951 and 2137, which is the Inspire channel. All right. So tune in again with us. Share this. Sign up with me on YouTube. Make the YouTube channel grow, y'all. Come on. I'm counting on y'all. Make the YouTube channel grow so that we can do more things, with the show and whatnot. All right. Okay. So thank you all. You could check me out on Instagram, HebrewConnect.tv. All right. Also write to me, the Crystal Jones Show @gmail.com. Thank you for watching the show. Share it. God bless you. God keep you is my prayer. And you stay balanced. Shalawam, Barak, Ahthah. Peace and bless you. Stay balanced.
Stop using church intimidation, control and manipulation. Jezebel and all them spirits fall back, not trying to hear it. Go with Jesus, walk in peace. On your pew can sit that beast that we're fighting in the world. I'm that JC Supergirl, Jesus Christ, belt of truth, arm of God, I'm slaying you. Power of the word, two-edged sword, MC Heaven rocks for her Lord. Thought they crept in unaware, didn't see the gatekeeper standing right there. Not getting down with your tactics, undoctrinal practice, read.